Remember when you were young? Everything was so different. All experiences seemed like magic. The first time you touch an object or see its color and notice the texture, the smell, the taste, the enthusiasm, and the absolute joy you had at seeing something so simple like a flower, a blade of grass, an animal, butterflies flying, birds chirping, the opportunity to play, the toys that we were given, the things that we were able to actually access, because we weren't expected to do all of the things that we are now so attached to and controlled by. We had an opportunity to go out and explore, and through play, experience true creativity in its most spontaneous form. Whatever came to us, we were able to actually make a connection, and the joy of being able to see, understand, and learn through interaction with anything that was around us. Hearing, seeing, smelling, and tasting things, using our senses as the main vehicles of information receiving and exchange. And then we start learning how to eat at the table and become part of the family situation and a member of our immediate family, learning what is correct behavior and table manners and how to put our clothes on, how to wash ourselves, how to become more self-serving within the context of the family and take care of ourselves. We then get sent to school to learn how to be more social and exchange and share on a more open level beyond the limitations of our family, and the socializing process begins to help us to understand more about how to interact and communicate with people outside of our immediate family and our friends. As time passes, we then begin to go through the socializing process of conditioning, which is what education is all about. We learn information, we study subjects, we begin to see that we're not doing exactly what we were doing before entering school. We begin to get informed in a manner that is very specific according to the agenda of our socializing agents, our teachers. So the information that we had learnt through exploration and play and exchange with friends begins to become more structured and formal. We learn about language, reading, writing, counting, and weights, measures, numbers, and how to express ourselves in a specific way according to the manner that we've been taught by our teachers. We then begin to become separated in the sense that whatever we have in terms of our intuition starts to diminish, and the most important aspect of the schooling is getting the teaching right, learning how to express ourselves according to the way in which we've been taught by our mentors. This becomes far more important than expressing our personal understanding through experience that is perceived as an opinion, and this begins to become more limiting as time passes. The intensity of the process of conditioning increases as we move from the creche, kindergarten into primary school, and from primary school even more conditioned processes regarding what is right, what is wrong, and how we need to fit in and behave according to the expectations of both our society and our families is concerned. We are taught what we should be aiming for, what our objectives will be in life, what type of vocation we should be searching for, where we fit into, and in what way we will become positive members of society, contributing in a way where we will seen as a valuable, integrated member according to our capacity to fit in and contribute our specific goals set by people outside of ourselves. When we are very young, we're totally helpless. We need to be washed, fed, and we need rest. So in this respect, we are very dependent upon our parents or those who are our carers. So there's a sense of helplessness present. And as we are growing, the survival instinct is there from the word go. Even whilst we're in our mother's womb, we're drawing as much energy as possible from mother's body in order for us to actually make it through to our full termination, and that we can get born in a healthy and vibrant manner. All the information we pick up from our external environment depends totally on our senses. Programming thereafter, which indicates and builds a level of understanding based on information exchange, forms the foundation of our understanding of our external world. And every single one of the stimuli that enters into our conscious mind forms part of mother programs which are based on and create the foundation of our belief systems. So our entire belief system is based on morals, values, ethics that are passed down to us, traditions and customs. We begin to formulate our entire world perception and self-perception based on these belief systems. And as we grow older and mobilize into society, and graduate from our schooling and move into becoming some kind of contributive member to the society, time passes, and before we know it, we haven't really asked the question as to what our true purpose is, based on something very fundamental and very essential. We need to begin to understand ourselves from a more essential level and layer of our existence, as opposed to simply a social level. Social levels serve society, and that in itself is fine until the question begins to arise from within yourself as to, who am I? Why am I here? Where have I come from? Where am I going? What purpose do I serve? What is my purpose? These are fundamental questions which most of us don't ask until we are well programmed, well into our later and formative years. These questions need to be answered from a more expanded, general, and essential space within ourselves. Understanding what our purpose is a question of understanding the what that we are as opposed to the who that we are. There are many who's within our lives. That means that we serve many functions according to the different roles. Somebody's mother, somebody's sister, somebody's daughter, somebody's cousin, somebody's work friend, somebody's employer. But the what that we are is fundamental. Mechanistic science teaches us three-dimensional perspectives of life, and so materiality forms the foundation of the way in which we see and understand everything around us. What we need to understand is that there are other levels of existence that are beyond the three-dimensional capacity to understand and perceive life. We have millions and billions of devices that we are using based on another perspective. Quantum physics has offered us a new insight, a new worldview that says that things can exist here and on other planes at the same time. Things aren't always determined, and they're not predictable, and they can't be measured and controlled in the way that we have until now understood. We also realize that things actually occur naturally in a manner that help us to actually see that we're connected, not only to other happenings and phenomena, but other beings. All humans meet each other for a very specific reason. There is no such thing as an accident. Nothing happens for nothing. Quantum physics not only sees and understands all of these phenomena, but takes us to a higher level of awareness that helps us to see our perspective in life from a more expanded and more holistic viewpoint. The RSC offers opportunities to all of us to help to develop the necessary insights through our true seeing, so that we can develop foresight into the future and prepare to understand ourselves from a far more expanded and holistic perspective. Understanding why we're here, where we've come from, why we're here, what purpose we serve, through the inclusion of meaning and reason. Without these two, the purpose is either empty or incomplete and will always break down or fail. RSC offers a vision, and vision is the capacity to see beyond the limitations of ourselves and where we fit within our immediate family and social context, our culture, our traditions, and our nation. We begin to see ourselves as an integral part of the human race and what purpose we serve on higher levels, so that we can develop true seeing based on a true understanding of our essential self and what function we serve beyond just survival, so that we can achieve freedom from the limitations and the beliefs that have been passed down to us over the millennia, and expand our awareness to develop a more conscious presence and understanding of what life means. The main interactive aspect of life is based on natural law. Natural law helps us to see what connects our inner world, our microcosmos, and all of the biological functions and the electrical exchange between our external environment and our internal existence through the world around us, the mesocosmos, out to the world beyond us, the macrocosmos. Natural law isn't about rules and regulations where there's an authority that points a finger and says what we should and shouldn't do. It is the universal intelligence that is at the foundation of all phenomena and existence, and it helps us to reconnect with our true selves through nature, in daily life, and act as a symbol of inspiration and support, guidance, a catalyst for enlivening both our own lives and those of all others that are around us. The RSC offers many different levels and layers of getting to know what we are, so that we can develop through the who many other people and improve on the levels of communication and exchange, both within ourselves, with our nature, with other human beings, and life in general. We can actually achieve a happiness that is beyond all misery and beyond all suffering and beyond all illusion. A level of interconnection that enables us to establish balance, harmony, and integration in a very tangible and achievable way in this life within very achievable timescales. The Odyssey offers opportunities of seeing, understanding, transforming, and being, so that we can finally live with life instead of separate from it. Come to the Odyssey. Begin the journey. Embark upon the inquiry. And understand the true meaning and purpose of your life within life through the eyes and ears of life itself.